Woo!
Yay!
Woo!
You guys excited?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
very.
Yeah.
Session
Good.
1, baby!
Oh, Lindsay, I'm
Woo.
frozen. And so is Reed.
Reed is not frozen.
Oh, he's not.
Yeah.
But I'm frozen.
He's just not moving.
No,
Why am
you-
I
There is
frozen?
an echo though.
Look on the Twitch. Oh,
Yeah, sorry for the delay.
Oh, you're doubled now. You gotta mute
Yeah, you
on
are
stream.
doubled now.
Okay. Thank you guys for your patience while
Oh.
I finish setting that up, homies.
It's still not muted on Streamlabs.
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're echoing.
Oh, I don't even know how to turn that off because I don't have Streamlabs open. It's probably because... Are you guys able to just, like, mute that tab?
Sure.
Yeah, I can just mute. Oh wait, that's roll.
Yeah. I'll just mute that site.
Which side is it?
The one that
what?
says join stream.
Yeah, it says join stream at the top.
Oh.
Talk, Lindsay. You make sure that
Checking.
worked. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, that works.
I think it's because I'm the main source. It can't mute me.
That makes sense.
All right, well...
Wait, what am I doing to fix that?
So you're gonna
right-click the
right
tab.
click the tab at the top.
And click mute site.
Oh, okay.
We did it.
Yay!
Honestly,
Yeah, I was
and
so
once-
smart.
Once you do that once, it stays that way. By the way, so the next
Oh,
time we
good to
open
know.
this, it will continue to be muted.
Perfect.
Cool. All right, well, Hannah, our wonderful DM, you want to take us away?
I will. I will take us away. So, everyone, welcome. And I'm excited to go with you into the abyss.
Woohoo!
First, a couple of house rules. So, who in the class can tell me what metagaming is?
Is that like when you as a player know something but your character doesn't? But you
Exactly.
you conflate them.
Yes, exactly. So there will be many times, especially, as we're introducing our characters in this session, that you will have information that your character does not have. And it's very important that you remember this and that you think about it before your character does something or says something. And remember, well, does my character know this, or am I just kind of putting my knowledge into the character? This just helps, with all of the role play and everything, and keeps everything straight. Metagaming can easily just totally break the game, so try your best to kind of remember, okay, my character doesn't know this even though I do. Beyond that, who here has not used Roll20 before?
Drop my pickle.
I did it for a couple.
I would say that it's probably disingenuous to say that I've used it in any significant capacity.
So
But I
I
could
haven't
probably-
used it
It's
in,
been a while.
8 years.
Got it. So we're going to be doing all of our rolls through Roll20. So the easiest way to do that is in the menu on the right-hand side of Roll20. It'll say Journal, and you can see your character sheet in there. Now I'm going to pull up Karani's character sheet, and I will show you guys how to do a roll. See, Morgan, you've already got it. So in order to roll, you are going to just click what you're trying to roll. So let's say I'm trying to do a charisma saving throw from Karani. I will go to where it says saving throws and click charisma. Boom. So it automatically right now rolls advantage. If we're not rolling advantage, we're going to take the first number. If we are rolling advantage, we'll take the highest number. So when in doubt, just take the first number that it says. So Lindsay, you would take the 22 there instead of the 5. And that's just how we're going to go unless I tell you explicitly that you have advantage.
This is
Or
for saving throws,
disadvantage.
or is this for like an intelligence check? 'Cause
For
those...
everything.
Oh, okay.
So that's an intelligence checks, what Lindsay just did. Gretchen and Morgan, they just did a charisma save. Now let's see. Okay. If I want to let's pick Kaz here. And I'll show you how to do an attack.
Am I supposed to be seeing something?
It's in the chat in Roll20.
Yes, so if you click on the like purple chat icon in the top
Okay.
corner, yeah, you can see it.
Mm-hmm. So from Kaz's character sheet now, I'm going to show you how to roll an attack. So where it says attacks and spellcasting, it's the little box underneath where your hit points are, your hit dice, your death saves. That is where you enter your physical attacks. It's also where you can enter your spells that do any attack damage. So Gretchen, you just did that perfect. So that is your hit. So that's you're rolling to hit. And then if I say, yes, that's a hit, then you're going to click the damage next to Great Axe. Yeah, exactly. So Morgan, if you were rolling with
okay.
advantage, then you would hit that 26, and that would probably hit whatever you're hitting, and then you would deal 6 piercing damage with your dagger. Gretchen, if you hit with your great axe, you would do 4 slashing damage.
Okay, so you said I need to put all spells that damage there?
Ideally, yes. And it's totally okay. We're gonna have a nice, easy breezy beginning, so it's totally okay if you need to do that now. That is perfectly fine.
Yeah, well, I entered all of them in like the spells section in the journal.
Yes, so that's like that's you want to have them because one, that'll keep track of all of the spells that you do have, and two, that keeps track of their descriptions in a really nice, like, handy dandy place. This is more so just so you can click it and then deal damage. So any spells that you have that have like an effect, or it doesn't deal, you don't have to roll dice to deal any damage. You can just keep that in the spells section. But anything that does deal damage, you're going to want to put under attacks and spell casting. So for spellcasters, any of your spells that do damage, you're going to put in there, so that way you can just click it and then, do your damage. And anybody who has weapons and attacks, you're going to want to put that in there as well. So Gretchen, she has her great axe in there. Morgan has their dagger in there. Like, that's perfect.
Yeah, right now the only thing I have in there is the great axe. Like, I think that's all I have so far.
Yeah, that's totally fair. If that's all you got, then that's good.
Works for me.
I love that Theodore has strong jaws. That's so cute.
Natural weapons.
Okay, so is everything I'm saying making sense to everybody? Does anybody have questions?
So, how do I gauge my spell's damage?
It should say in the spell description. What do you mean, like gauge the damage?
As in, like, if I roll like a D6, never mind. I answered my own question.
Yeah, that's how. Okay, any other questions?
Nope.
Anybody from anybody else?
Nope.
All right. Does anybody need to enter their attacks? And do we want to just kind of have a minute to do that? Or do we want to go ahead and roll into it?
Oh, I was muted. My bad.
I'm gonna have
Shame
quite a
on
lot
you.
to add, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
Yeah, same.
But
Alright, so does
I
Cure
don't want it
Wounds
to
go
impair.
in the
Like,
damage?
I don't think that it's causing.
Hannah, can you hear Chain, or should he unmute when he's talking?
I could like barely hear Shane a little bit in the background, but because other people were talking, I couldn't understand him.
Okay.
Alright, as
As a spell, would you put Cure Wounds as a combat spell?
Yeah. Anything that has you rolling dice to determine whether it's damage or healing or anything to do with HP.
Okay.
So yeah, that one you probably wouldn't, unless it says explicitly like +5 to hit. But I mean, it's Cure Wounds and it's a touch, so I don't think you really have to worry about hit with that one. It's just more so easy for you, instead of having to like type R, like, / roll D4 or whatever, you can just click Cure Wounds. And then that way it's like explicit in the chat and it just shows you exactly what you're rolling, rather than having to explain every time, like, these are the dice that I'm rolling, and this is what for.
Gotcha. All right, cool.
Can we all mute ourselves
Yes.
in roll 20?
Oh, there we go.
You can.
Sorry, I figured out the headphone issue.
Nice.
You're also welcome to mute the Roll20 site if that makes
The problem
things
is I don't want to
Oh, that little
forget
noise.
later when I go to play with somebody else.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, anybody who has voice and video or just voice on Roll20, please make sure to mute yourselves.
I keep forgetting to untap mute myself. So yeah, just go to settings, audio, video chat, and then click on none for both of those, and you guys should be good to go. And then for Chain and Chris, just remember to remute when you're done talking.
Sounds good.
Let's see. Allie, I noticed when I was in Karani's character sheet, you didn't have her attacks in the attacks and spellcasting spot. Do you need any help filling that out? Or, oh, I see you're already doing it. Okay.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just here.
Okay, let me see. So, all right. Let me open up Rogue. D&D 5e. And see what you start off with.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see. All right, Ellie, would you like, I'll give you 2 weapons, one ranged and one melee. For your melee, would you like a long sword, a rapier, or a short sword? And then for your melee, would you like a hand crossbow or like a mini bow?
Oh, a crossbow. Oh yeah.
Okay. So we got a short sword. And plus your constitution. Cool.
Mia, can you please lay down?
No.
She's like prince of the house. Annoying.
But absolutely not.
Is Chris's character a collegiate esports leader?
What?
He might be.
Oh my god.
Did someone say that in the chat? That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Very well might be.
I added a little bit of background noise for us in the stream.
Blaze. Oh, just so you know, I'm gonna be using sound effects and things.
Fucking amazing.
So if the stream needs anything with that, just so you know.
Okay. I'm also recording this locally, so it might mute random parts of the stream if there's like DMCA or copyrighted music in other places, but aside from that...
Oh yeah, nothing that I have should be copyrighted.
Cool.
Will you go let her out, please?
Chris, go to your webcam one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it's good on there, but it's not. Yeah.
Do you want me to refresh?
Yeah, you can.
Kitty. Which kitty is that, Gretchen?
Oh, that's Astrid.
Astrid.
She's in there back
Astrid,
there.
baby.
Okay,
There we
you're
go.
good now.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah, in
Yes.
the menu in the attacking and spellcasting like section, when it says saving
Yes.
throw, and then obviously the type of saving throw, after that it says versus or VSDC, and it has all of the same things. I don't know what that is.
So that is the saving throw against, like, basically what they're rolling against when it comes to you. So, like, if they have to, let's say, roll higher than your dex, or roll higher than your, like, spell save DC. If it's a spell, which for
Hi,
yours
welcome to
it's
Chili's.
almost exclusively going to be, just keep it versus spell.
Okay.
Okay, and Allie, I have that in there for you. Let me click on some things for you. Dex and intelligence.
That was a close one. I almost lost my pickle.
Oh no.
No, not the pickle.
Not the pickle.
Okay. All right. Karani is good to go. Does anybody else need any assistance?
No, I think we're good.
I'm okay.
I think I'm good.
Do
All right, I'm
we
gonna go
want
through.
to go around and do the name game of our characters?
That will happen. I
Okay.
have that written in.
Word.
All right. Is anyone not ready to begin?
I'll probably have questions as we go along, but that's it.
Perfectly fine. Okay. So is everybody looking at Roll20?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Please turn your attention to the screen, which should now look different.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
Good.
Wow.
I like this.
Uh-huh. All right.
Uh-huh.
So, here we are. Waterdeep, the city of splendors, the crown of the north. The metropolitan city on the Sword Coast of Faerun has for many years attracted the most talented of artisans, artists, scholars from across. Built by the hands of warlords, aristocrats, and merchants alike, it is one of the most powerful and influential member states of the Lord's Alliance, and is one of, if not the, central trading hubs in the Forgotten Realms. As such, it is a busy city, with all manner of life and lifestyles, from the duty-bound and honorable to the selfish and greedy. The streets are well patrolled by the City Watch, a force comprised of many captains of good reputation and even better battle prowess. With the official Thieves Guild having long been dismantled, the Watch prides itself on keeping the city safe from petty criminals and other ne'er-do-wells. It is in these streets that our adventurers come upon strange happenings that will change the course of fate forever. These streets, where a vicious gang of bandits and rogues known as the Black Serpents terrorize the innocents and their rivals, led by the honorless Yuan-Ti, Yalgris Snaketongue. These streets, where the local City Watch captain, a brutish man called Daggerschwartz, extorts the poor citizens and street urchins of Waterdeep to line his own pockets. These streets, where anyone is just as likely to witness a murder as swindle a gullible noble out of his coin purse, where alleyways weave through an endless sea of shops and tenement houses built high into the sky, where the dirt roads are full of beggars and travelers and artists and heroes, is where we begin our tale. It is night, and the back streets of Waterdeep's Field Ward are growing quieter by the hour. Taverns are snuffing out their candles, performers are securing their instruments in their cases, and the poor but lively people of the ward are settling into sleep, whether that be in a bed or leaned against the cool stone walls of the buildings outside. Our adventurers, however, are awake. Fester Blast, a fairy sorcerer, peers around the back streets with his friend Kip. Please introduce yourself, Fester Blast.
Introduce myself, like, so talk about my character,
Yeah,
like who he is.
yeah. Just for the
Um,
group. For an example, this
so
is an example of knowledge that you would have, but your characters don't have.
okay, so Fester, like the full background, because it's a lot.
Oh no, just a quick introduction.
Oh, okay. So I'm
Yeah,
Fester
we'll learn
Blatz.
more as the story goes through.
I'm a fairy sorcerer that has a urchin background. So I don't know my parents. I was abandoned as a child and grew up on the streets. I have a small little family of ragtag gangs that I associate with, and we survive on the streets together. And it's just us. And that's me. Yep. And I'm also just learning that I have magical powers, so I'm starting to get a grasp with that. But that's me. Yep.
Hell yeah. Natati Fallenleaf, a satyr barbarian, looks curiously around as the city falls to slumber. Natati, please introduce your character.
My name is Zatati. I'm known for my strength, maybe not so much my brains. I come from a place called the Hazelwood Grove. I've always admired our clan leader there, aspire to be one someday, but some say I'm not really fit for that, so here I am trying to learn some more languages, pick up some new skills, and find my path.
Fabulous. Karani Nobleguard, a half-orc the alleyways and people remaining in the dusk. Karani, please introduce your character.
My name is Karani Nobleguard. I am a half-orc rogue with a chaotic neutral alignment. I have found myself always nimble and quick of wit, so I decided to, make it work for me. And, if somebody's dumb enough to be tricked, that's their problem, I was born at home, raised by my mom. My dad was enslaved when I was a young child. I do know my father. I have one brother who is a criminal, and I've always enjoyed nature over city.
Fabulous. Althea, an astral elf celestial warlock, observes the sleepy ward with pointed yet aloof, glowing eyes. Althea, please introduce your character.
Hello, I am Althea. I'm a very wizened person. Like all astral elves, my start in life was boring and impatient. Did not want to do more than have a child before they returned to the astral plane, so they raised me to adulthood and then brought me back with them. I wandered for hundreds and hundreds of years before coming across a god and his companion crossing the plane and begged them to end me, and they said no, and instead gave me purpose. So now I wander the land and scour for ways to hasten my joining them and care about nothing else.
Good stuff. Aviana, an Eladrin druid, calmly urges tiny plants to grow between the stones and the walls around her. Aviana, please introduce your character.
I am Aviana. I am a Eladrin elf.
Lindsay, you're muted.
Hi. I can hear myself in the background. Shane, Chris, will you make sure you're muted?
I am fully muted.
Tonto, you're not muted in Discord.
I'm a bad person.
So, I am Aviana, Eladrin druid elf, and I am here in the Conquest for more knowledge on how to restore the Feywild and protect those that inhabit it. And think of like a Pocahontas meets Poison Ivy kind of vibe. And I always have my trusty wolf with me. Her name is Moone, or just Moon. And yeah, so I'm just gonna be hanging out and healing plants and stuff. But my whole life was, my whole goal, Aviana's goal her entire life was to seek answers of old magic and how to restore plants and the world around her, as things were damaged by the modernization of the world and, you know, society kind of becoming what it is today. So very versed, very educated. Hannah jokingly said everyone else in the campaign is really dumb. And I was like, okay, I'm going to make a very smart character so she's fucking annoyed the entire time. So that is Aviana.
All right. Deep, a half-elf fighter, searches among the shadows, listening for whispers. Deep, please introduce your character.
Alright, can everyone hear me okay?
Mhm.
Am I muted?
Yeah, you're muted in Discord.
Oh,
I still hear you.
there you go.
There you go. There we go. Everyone should be able to hear me a-okay. Deep is a stoic character. I'm going to describe him personally. He has long hair that cascades down his body like a waterfall, and from the back he is extraordinarily beautiful. But if you were to
Does his
look
hair
at him,
cover his nipples like a mermaid?
no, this is not a safe for work character. But if you were to look at him from the front, you would notice that, like a certain someone, he is extremely pale in his complexion, but what you'll notice are his deep, piercing eyes that seem to belie that there is an age beyond what you see in him, as if he has seen the universe itself. What a wonderful character. Yet at the same time, there's definitely a type of aura on him, almost a faint aura of death. We don't know if he's a killer. We don't know if he's dying. We just feel a very faint aura of death among him. So definitely a very interesting and slightly intimidating character to look at and talk to, depending on who you are. Beyond that, however, he is very stoic. It seems to be removed from the evils of the world. He is of the world and not in it. And that is how he conducts himself. Very chill, very slow to anger, and very, what's the right word? He is very sensitive and thoughtful. And that is why he is deep.
Stop. Very mysterious.
I did a good job. Thank you so much, everybody. I tried really hard on that.
Great job. Great job. I'll call the Oscars. All right. Theodore, a Corginian bard, steps out of the nearby tavern on soft paws, bidding this night's temporary bandmates a fair evening. Introduce yourself, please, Theodore.
Hello, Miss Theodore. And I'm a bard. I am below 5 feet. I will not say how short, but I am not very tall. And as you can tell, I have an angelic voice. And I weigh a total of 52 pounds. I know I'm quite svelte. So let's see. I had a family. Yes, they were a good family. And, yeah, they have a farm. It's a nice farm. They grow things there at the farm. And, yes, I did not quite like that life of the farm. So I decided to travel the world, because as I got older, the itch just came. I mean, it could have been a few other things, like Rumspringa, or, you know, the ladies in heat, but I believe it was because I was bored. And so I, Theodore, ventured onward and left my family. Yes, sweet mom, pa. And as I left my family, I went to the the nearest place next to our farm on the coast, and it was the great city of Goondbar. I'm sure you've all heard of it, yes? You know, with the dwarves. And that is where I learned my propensity for the fat booties. The real inspiration to all things in both my songs and life is a nice fat dumpy. I spent a few years in the mountains of Goondbar, and yes, I was part of a band. It was a four-piece band of nothing but bagpipes. We were quite talented individuals, and yes, you know, they sent me on my way with my fine leather wares because they said I couldn't go in my shabby farm clothes. They gave me 1,500 gold. Mostly so I'd stop sleeping with all the beautiful dwarf women and the fat dumpies. They said I needed to move on, and so I did. But yes, I've you know since traveled from the mountains of Goombar, and I wound up at this beautiful city. Really, anything's better than that damn farm where we grew things. You know, they were nice things, but it's a farm.
It's a farm.
And that's me, Theodore. Pleased to meet you all.
I would die
What
for
a
Theodore.
complex.
I was not prepared.
What a complex small king. We love Theodore already. Alright. Kaz Corundum, a dwarf paladin, surveys the area, taking note of any shady characters that pass by. Kaz, please introduce your character.
Yeah, I'm Kaz.
You have to
You're
unmute.
muted.
Yeah, I'm Kaz, the dwarf of the Great Corundum. I feel like it's a little bit my fault that an ancient relic has gone missing, so I'm on a quest to go find it. Also, life in the mountains boring. So yeah, I'm not too smart. I kind of just found a reason to like go out and see the world, and hopefully I can find my hammer.
The hammer is his penis.
Hey, yo!
As you know, it's not about the hammer. It's about the nice fat dumpies you find along the way.
Really, the way you swing it.
Theodore is going to be the death of me, and I fear that death will come closer every time he talks. I fear I will see him in my nightmares.
I just drank pickle juice instead of my beverage.
Oh no! All right, and lastly, Felice Nightmoon, a Tabaxi warlock, holds her plush cat close to her chest. Her Darkmoon, sorry, holds her plush cat close to her chest, her fur keeping her warm in the encroaching night. Felice, please introduce yourself.
This one is called Felice. I am from the Purina Plains of Riverstone. And I am a warlock of the Great Old Ones. My tribe likes to worship magics of all kinds. Hold on. I went over this like 8 times, and now I'm just like fumbling.
You good?
Oh, good.
Yeah. I'm gonna save the accent for the actual character shit. Felice has a childhood of magic users in her tribe, and any kind of magic user with great prowess is shown great promise, and they usually get elected by the tribe shaman. Felice and a couple other kids in her tribe were selected, and over the years eventually graduated. Her mentor Hazuzu instilled upon the idea that magic, although fascinating in concept, must be used to enhance the world around them, and she took that to heart. So, after graduating from her village and her mentor, she went traveling to studying magics of all kinds and delving into deeper unknown magics of the greater old ones. After exploring some temples, where she met her companion Calcifer, who was just a black cat of shadow, who would just not speak exactly, but she could understand her perfectly well. Basically, and I don't want to get too into it because she's very mysterious and guarded of her past, some things have happened, and Calcifer is stuck as a doll, this plushy doll that she has with her at all times, and she is on an ever-longing quest to not only protect the citizens of the realm, but also to get Calcifer back to his normal form.
And that is where we begin. This is our party. Shall they go? Oh my God! Shall they go closer together? Shall they grow farther apart?
Do we know
We have
each
yet
other?
to see. But this evening, we begin on the streets of Waterdeep, and this is where I leave it to you. What would you like to do?
Do we know
Do we know each other?
No.
At this point, okay. So we don't know we're a party.
Nope.
What is Moon doing right now? Because I can see her in this picture here.
She's just with you.
She's just vibing. Okay. What what kind of stores or taverns are in this town?
So as you look around you, most places appear to be closed. Most of the windows are dim, the doors shut. However, just in front of you, Aviana, you see a very large man with wares all around him under his tent. He appears akin to an elephant, but is definitely a sentient merchant. And you can see him, kind of putting away his things, but slowly, he's not in any rush and kind of keeps looking around to see if there are any stragglers in the night.
Okay. I'm going to approach him and ask him, or say, it's rather late to still be selling in such an empty town. What are you selling at an hour like this?
Late or not, 'tis always a good hour to be selling if there are buyers, is it not? Today, well, most of my larger items have already been picked through, but I do have some potions if you're interested, a flask or two.
What potions do you have?
Well, let me see. I have a potion of healing here, a potion of greater healing, a potion of supreme healing, a potion of superior healing, and then also I have a vial, some acid in another vial, and a flask. Do any of these seem useful to you, adventurer?
How much is the flask of superior, or the potion of superior healing?
Potion of superior healing. I think I could let that go for about 500 gold.
500 gold. Yeah, I'm good though. What is the how much is the potion of healing? Just, the basic tier.
Basic tier here. Stood. We almost stay within our means, of course. The potion of healing is 50 gold.
50 gold. All right. Question for the DM. Do we start with gold in our pockets?
Not a lot.
So, yeah, not a lot. However much you feel is reasonable for your character to have. Keep in mind that you are level 5, so, you might have been going around doing odd jobs for people, maybe, doing a guild quest or two. And then if your family comes, if your family left you some money, if you have some generational wealth, you might have some money there. But you know, whatever you think is reasonable.
Let's consider
to
it a lot.
start off with.
Okay.
You generally only start with like 15, just to keep that in mind.
Yeah. I I'm going
Gold,
to
15 gold.
I'm going to go ahead and I had a bit more marked in my bag already, and I definitely need that on me. So I'll go ahead and wager you 30 for that potion.
30. I suppose I could let it go for 30, especially this late in the night, and I must be on my way. Don't want to be too heavy for the journey off. 30 it is. And he hands you the potion of healing and leaves his very large hand open for your gold.
I drop the gold in there and say, thank you. And I take Moon, who's sniffing at his boots, and start walking opposite of him down this alley with the, like, awnings. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Dog.
A dog, sure.
Anybody else?
Sorry, I'm still trying to
Question.
figure out where everybody is on the map right now.
Me too, yeah. I
Can
don't know
I
your like
steal
icons.
his vial of acid?
You.
I wish to go.
Where are
Well,
you?
so it-
Karani, you are over on the other side. So how would
Damn.
you like to approach?
I stay hidden in the darkness of like the awnings, and while he is engaging with Aviana, I steal his bottle of acid, and then I just continue.
Roll
on
a
my
stealth
way.
check for me.
Where am I going?
Oh
Here.
my god.
Which one is stealth? How do I?
It'll
It
be
should be under Dex.
well, it'll be the
Good.
long. There you are. All right,
Uh-huh.
16. All right, so you're able to, shimmy your way through the darkness, and there's a dog involved, so obviously he's, been fascinated by that, and you are able to kind of, weasel your way through behind him. So as he's talking to Aviana, I want you to go ahead and roll a dexterity check for me. So that's a dexterity save. Go ahead and just shift over just a little bit to where your main dexterity is.
Where's my main dexterity?
It's in the very left. It's like the second
Very
one down.
left. Ah. Do I just click it? There we go.
Yeah. Ooh, all right. So you're reaching and you're, fiddling your fingers through all of his little things. Unfortunately, you don't notice a rope that with your last motion of grabbing the vial, your wrist catches on that rope and knocks vials upon vials down over on the side just as Aviana and Moon are walking away. And Alexander, the shopkeep, looks at you, crouched behind him, and says, "Good God, woman, what are you doing?"
You dropped these.
I most certainly did not. Are you trying to take my hard-earned, hard-crafted materials?
Why would I do that?
Roll a persuasion check for me.
You dropped these.
Can you tell me what your icon
Why
looks
would
like?
you? Sorry, what?
I'm trying to figure out where you are because I don't know what her character icon
Yeah,
looks like.
is there a way to make it so that the names are enabled on the map for every character? Because I can see my
Yeah.
name, but not everybody else's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, it probably.
So
I
I'm
can
in
only see
front
it
of the
because it's
elephant
just
man.
me.
There's an
Elephant
elephant
man?
Oh,
I'm
there is an
below the
elephant.
white dog. There's two people
Oh,
below the
okay,
white
okay.
dog.
Yeah, if you zoom out to about 50%, you should be able to see the entire map.
I'll
there.
also post
Yeah,
in
that
the,
confused me at
I'll
first.
also post in the Discord. I have a clip
So-
of
All right, I will try to figure out how to make everybody's names visible for next session. For now,
I'll also post in the Discord really quickly. I have a screen of everyone's faces versus their character pictures, so you guys can compare it to that just for now, so you know who looks like what.
Every plasma donation helps more.
That's how I do that.